Israel Lanciano nella sua terra una cănică या Lancianoच्या विशांत की मला कसे उंड्या रुकार असतात जेजूचे खूप मास चालले आज मी जेव्हा त्या स्वतः असताना ते दैवी सकत आम्ही अनुभव केले जायचं आम्ही युट्यूबार ऐकायला आज आम्ही स्वयं या स्वतः पळून असा आज मागे युट्यूबार ऐकत हरी एकल्या बाबीना खातीर हांगा असल्या बाबीना खातीर आमच्याकडे कोण असलेल्या मागून सांगला हांगा जण एकल्या खातीर त्या सोम्याच्या समर्थ माग्या सोम्याची दैवी सकत या दिसा आमी अनुभव करया प्रेज द लॉर्ड.
Now you are in front of a magnified picture of the miracle you have just seen, okay? This is the general view of the miracle, the monstrance, the monstrance, let's say, and in the upper part, you have the flesh, okay? So you have the host that has become flesh. In the lower part, you have the wine that has become blood. It's not the only Eucharistic miracle we have in the world and we have in Italy. It's the oldest one, okay? And it's complete with the two parts, the real flesh and the real blood. When did this miracle take place? It took place between 730, 750 here in Lanciano, inside this building, not inside this upper part that existed, but inside a small church where we are going later, okay, for a few minutes. What happened? There was a Basilian monk that had moved here from Middle East and with other Basilian monks, and he was very educated, but he was having doubts about the Eucharistic. He was not so sure that at the time of the communion you had the transformation in real blood and real flesh. And what happened? He was celebrating the Mass inside the small church dedicated to San Lanciano when the miracle took place, okay? So the wine transformed into blood and the host in real flesh, okay? Why the flesh looked like that? Because the monks tried to put it flat, okay? And they put some nails around to fix it. You can still see the holes of the nails. That's why it tore right in the middle, okay? And it tore right in the middle, and from that time, okay, the miracle took place in the small church downstairs. Then they built this part in the 13th century, and they built the church where now it is. But until the beginning of last century, it was on the chapel on the side, on the right, and it was not possible to see it every day, just on special occasion. Then it was moved in the main altar, and now you can see it at any time when the church is open. So the monk was not in this part of the building, it didn't exist. It was in the small church of San Lanciano, where we are now. This is, as you can see the inscription there, it's a modern inscription as you can see. In questa casa alto medievale di San Lanciano la fede di un monaco basiliano subì un cedimento e si svelò il mistero. And this is the bishop who wrote it. So in this medieval church dedicated to San Lanciano, the faith of a Basilian monk had doubts, okay? And then the mystery revealed to this monk, okay? So he was here, okay, celebrating this way, the altar probably was here, celebrating the Mass when the miracle took place. It's not a miracle like that transforms the blood. The blood is always like that, it's always dried, okay? It doesn't melt, it's always like that. But still, it's dried just like the flesh is dried, but the features of the blood and of the dried flesh are the same features of the living flesh and the living blood. And the flesh, it belongs to the heart. Okay, it's part of the heart. It's a part of the heart called myocardium, and it belongs to the AB type, just like the blood. Okay, so the miracle took place here. Then the Basilian monk left this part of this convent, and when in the second half of the 13th century, the monks of St. Francis arrived here, and they built the upper part, and still now it's a convent belonging to St. Francis, okay? Now I want to show you just a small exposition about Eucharistic miracles in the world, and then we have to go. Now at the level of the square, okay? So, as a matter of fact, this part of the convent was not underground. Okay. From this side. It's underground if you come from the other side of the house. You can see panels about other Eucharistic miracles we have in Italy, okay? But this one, I told you, it's not the only one, but the oldest one. And there are Eucharistic miracles in the world, but here you can see the image, the picture of San Carlo Acutis. It's just very, very young, okay? Why San Carlo Acutis? Because he was very young when he got ill, okay? And he was very devoted to the Eucharistic miracles, so he planned online this exposition about the Eucharistic miracle. That's why now the first panel is dedicated to the organizer, to the person who planned this exposition. Okay? And here you can see other miracles in Italy. Okay, I told you it's not the only one. It's the oldest one, but not the only. It's the only one, the most complete. Okay, not the only one. You can see that in the world. Okay, this one. Italy is a small country, especially if it's compared to your country. Okay, and they are all very close to. It's not that far away from Lanciano. Offida is a little bit north of Abruzzo. Bolsena a little bit west. And Assisi, you know Assisi, okay? That's it. Okay, now take the picture, you have to take the picture. And we have to go up here. So I want to show you the way, okay? Yeah.
ह्यो जावन आसा इटलीचो लांचानो म्हणलो एवकरिस्टर मिराकल जाल्लो पवित्र जागो. आमी हांगा आमकां ह्या युरोप टूर आयिल्ल्यांक एक ह्या पवित्र जाग्यार मिसाचें बलिदान भेटोवंक येवंक अवकाश मेळ्ळो आनी तशेंच ह्या पवित्र जाग्यार थोडो वेळ करसूंक देवान आमकां फावो केलो. हे व्हिडिओ तुमकां पसंद जाल्यार लायक करा, कमेंट करा, तुमच्या फ्रेंड्साक शेअर करून दिया. म्हजें चॅनल येतले सबस्क्राईब करूना जाल्यार चॅनल सबस्क्राईब करा. थँक्यू.